What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video. Yes, I know I have been gone for quite a long time. 2 weeks, I know. I have an explanation for it. Essentially, I explained this in my last video. My YouTube isn't working again. I ended up getting the problem fixed, but basically I'm just having this issue right now where every time I go on my YouTube app to click to upload a video, it doesn't upload. My screen just goes completely black, and I can't upload shorts, I can't upload videos. And so every time I've been uploading a video, I'm now going to have to do it through the YouTube Studios app, which doesn't allow me to upload shorts, which there's been so many shorts I've been wanting to upload, but I can't because the fucking app just doesn't want to work. I'm in talks with YouTube about it. Like we said, we fixed it the first time, but then it started happening again. And that's why I haven't been uploading these past 2 episodes of Peacemaker. I know, again, I've missed 5 and 6. I'm going to be doing them back to back here, so you're going to see them both just get uploaded on the channel as soon as I'm done filming this. And I'm filming this on October 1st, so tonight. But yeah, it's been such an annoyance because there's been so many videos I want to upload, and because I'm uploading on the YouTube Studios app, also I can't upload videos that are above a certain time frame. If there's like any video above 30 minutes, I can't upload it. I know I told you guys I was going to do a Dexter season ranking for the ending of Dexter Resurrection. Can't fucking do it because I recorded the video. It's over 50 minutes long. And I can't upload it on the YouTube Studios app, so I just have to wait until YouTube gets its shit together and allows me to upload videos again. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm back now, and I'm just going to be uploading through the YouTube Studios app. I'm not going to be able to upload every video I want to until this gets fixed, but I don't want to, stop doing the Peacemaker episodes, considering Peacemaker's episode 7 comes out tomorrow. So anyway, this is my review of Peacemaker Season 2, Episode 5. Let's get right into it. Alright, so starting off with the things that I liked, and I'm not going to lie to you, this episode is a majority of that. Most of this stuff, I just loved this episode. This was such a fun episode. The way it starts off of, Argus setting up Peacemaker was just, first of all, it was a hilarious scene, and then it kind of goes into a heartfelt scene. As soon as Chris arrives at the park or whatever, and he's like running behind all the civilians and stuff, and it's such a funny scene the way he does it, because it looks unintentional, but it's like once you figure out what he's doing, that he's hiding from the sniper or judo master up on the roof who's sniping at him, and he's hiding behind all these innocent civilians, so that way, if he won't take the shot, because he'll hit the innocent civilian and not him. And it's such a funny scene, just the way they put it together, and it made me laugh so damn hard. Then he's got the heartfelt speech with Harcourt on the bench, which was pretty cool, like that little conversation that they had. Obviously they continue it more in episode 6, but I liked that little conversation interaction they had. And then obviously he just gets completely ambushed, and Harcourt's gotta beat the shit out of him so that way he doesn't get killed by. We find out that this girl who's been working for Rick Flag Sr. is a cyborg of some sort. She got into like a plane crash or whatever, and half of her body was like just destroyed, so they replaced it all with like cybernetics and stuff. That was interesting to find out. Which I also think in this episode that they're starting a little bit of a romantical relationship, because there's a part where the ginger cool guy, I forget his name, Flurry, I think it is. Flurry walks in on them, and they're like standing next to each other, looking onto the computer, and he's like laughing, and he's like all up in her face, and I was like, okay, it looks like some relationship is forming there. I thought that was interesting. And then obviously the interrogation scene, which isn't really much of an interrogation scene. It was just him beating the shit out of Chris, Rick Flag Sr. I liked that scene. It was very intense, and it was a very serious moment between the two, and it was the first time they've actually come face to face ever, or at least since Peacemaker killed his son, right? And so, you can just feel all that hatred and anger. And it just, he just wants to fucking kill Peacemaker. He can't stand him. He hates him. So that interaction was really cool. You had some funny scenes. They obviously do the big fake out with Eagly getting killed, obviously. That scene was actually just hilarious to me. I knew that obviously they show him shooting the eagle, and you think it's Eagly. I knew it wasn't going to be. I was like, there's just no way they kill him off. There's no reason to, outside of just getting like a reaction. And I knew just James Gunn's smarter than that, and he just wouldn't have done that. It just wouldn't make sense, right? And obviously he gets like this entire eagle colony to just rip the bird guy apart. And apparently Eagly's the prime eagle or the prime bird, whatever that means. So I guess we'll find out more about that. I thought that was just a silly thing in the meantime, thing that they had going on. And then obviously you got judo master kind of spying on Peacemaker towards like the back half of the episode. You know, he follows them all the way back to his cabin, and then finally Peacemaker ends up just having enough, and he goes into the other universe and he locks the door behind him. I thought that was a great way to end the episode. Also, November Rain, fantastic song playing when they all find out that Peacemaker went into the other universe and he left the note. I thought that was a great scene. That song is so damn good. And it shows Argus showing up to the, you know, the farmhouse or whatever, or the cabin. Excuse me. And, you know, Rick Flag's just pissed off. He's kicking shit and everything. I thought that was pretty funny. But that ending was fantastic. That was one of the best endings to an episode I've seen in a long time. Again, I love that song by Guns N' Roses, November Rain, and just hearing it in the background in a show that I love is fantastic. But yeah, aside from that, though, I'm not gonna lie, there are some things I did have problems with, and it's really involving two characters that I haven't brought up yet. But yeah, this still was a very, very good episode, even though I did have a kind of a big problem with this episode. And this kind of ties into the problem with the whole season, but... so yeah, let's get into the stuff I didn't like. Alright, so my main problem with this episode is what they really do, and again, this ties into the whole season, is what they do with Adrian and Adebayo. I feel like they had absolutely nothing to do in this episode, and I feel like they've had almost nothing to do in the whole season so far, up until episode 6. You know, Adrian has just been kind of relegated to this side character, comic relief character, where he doesn't really get into his suit, he's got no action sequences, he's just kind of there. And it's the same thing with Adebayo. And it really shows in this episode. They spend half this episode just driving in their car, literally as like a chauffeur for Peacemaker. They drive to his house, they drive him, they go and pick him up from the Argus place, and then they drive him back, and it's just, they're playing chauffeur the whole episode. And they... You know, and they continue, obviously, the whole joke with Adrian, like, wanting to be quizzed on animals and shit. I was never big into that. I thought, like, it's funny, but it's getting a little stale now. So, yeah, they're just relegated to these, like, almost nothing characters. And it kind of does suck to see it. But, again, like I said, episode 6 kind of relegates that and fixes that in a way. Which I'm happy about, because again, I love the characters. They're so funny and they have so much personality. It just kind of sucked in this episode, specifically not seeing them, you know, utilized. And apart from that, I think my only other kind of, it's not even a big complaint. My only other kind of complaint with this episode is I would have liked to have seen a bit more of a conversation between Chris and Rick Flag Sr. and a little bit more of like emotion. Like, obviously he beats the shit out of Peacemaker, but this whole time, he really hasn't felt... It doesn't seem like he's felt sad. We haven't really seen him shed a tear about it. We haven't really seen him get even upset in any way. Like, even at the funeral that you see, he doesn't really get, like, broken up about his son's death. He really seems more concerned with Hardcourt, to be honest. And I just thought that was a little weird. I thought more emotion would have came out in that episode, or in that interrogation scene in this episode, but... You know, again, that's kind of a more of a minor complaint. It's not as big as the other one. But, yeah, that is my overall review of Episode 5. I know this wasn't a very long review. There wasn't too much to really talk about, I feel like, for this episode. But Episode 6, I will be diving in depth, and I will be, you know, massaging my way through that episode's story, because there's a lot to uncover. So, yeah, hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure to rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.